Talking Wax with Adika Live. Now, today we have on the show from the band Toto, guitar legend, singer-songwriter. The man has played with more cats than I could count on my hands, but for a few to remember that I'll forget that I had to write down here: Boz Scaggs, Michael Jackson, Barbra Streisand, Paul McCartney, Aretha Franklin, Chicago, Quincy Jones. I'm getting tired right now. Currently in Ringo Starr's band, has a new record out called I Found the Sun Again, just out on February 26th. Oh, did I forget he's an author as well? Mr. Steve Lukather on Talking Wax now. Bam!
Talking Wax.
Cut to the chase. I Found the Sun Again, February 26th. It was released.
Yeah, last Friday. It's doing real good, man.
And I'm not kissing your ass right now. I'm just being honest from my heart. Okay. I felt, you know, when Lennon did Double Fantasy, he was talking to his generation. I felt like you were talking to me. So I got to thank you.
Thank you, man. That's a pretty heavy thing to say.
No, it's
you know, man, I did this record for me, man. I wanted to see if I still had it in me. I mean, there's nothing much in the guitar, you know, competition area that I could add to at this point in my life at 63 years old. I mean, there's kids playing like, you know, ridiculous facility these days. Amazing talent out there. But I mean, I'm an old guy. You know, I used to make records the old way, and I wanted to make records the old way. I wanted to do everything live except for the vocals. I overdubbed the vocals because I can't do all that. I did all the solos and everything live, no click tracks, no rehearsals, no demos. Just here's the charts, pretty loose. You know, nothing was all written out. It was just the roadmap and some rhythmic notations and a few notes here and there. But really, it was just I wanted to jam in the context of great songs. So I picked the cover songs first to set the tone of 1971, 72 in 2020. Threw everybody in a room with a real Hammond organ and a real grand piano open, the drums, everybody in the same room. So everybody had to play live. So we're keeping everything. We're not fixing anything. There's no Pro Tools bullshit here, you know? This is, we're doing this for real. So I set out to accomplish that. And I think we did that, you know. Now, you know, it goes into some other areas. You know, there's some jazzier sections. There's some, you know, I got to stretch out a little bit. You know, it's a solo record. It's not I'm not trying to write a hit single. I mean, come on, man. You know, what, me and Cardi B, is that what it's going to be? You know, come on, you know.
There that don't know, YouTube out there that you don't know, the stage was this small. It's a legendary jazz club owned by Wrecking Crew Don Randy.
To go there to see Carlton and Lee Ritenour and all my studio guy heroes as a kid going, I want to be like those guys. You know, we sit in the back before I was 21, hold a Coke and watch the guys jam. It was fantastic times.
Yeah, you're up this front next to them.
Yeah,
you know, fucking coolest thing, which is what we're missing nowadays.
Well, so we are missing that. I mean, I made a baked potato record. That's what I did, but with songs, you know.
Very cool. So you also put out with Joseph Williams. It's very cool. The packaging looks cool.
Yeah, our two mugshots. You know, it was tongue in cheek. You know, we're on the same label. We were going to go out and work together anyway. You know, and we decided to pair up.
Yeah,
we're the only two guys left in the band. Anybody that wants to work, you know. And Paige worked on both records. I worked on Joe's record. He worked on mine. He's my brother, man. You know.
Yeah.
We just co-wrote Ringo's new single that's coming out, you know, for his new record. And he's one of the few people that's allowed in my house because we test up every week together. He's got a 3-month-old grandson. I've got a 10-year-old autistic son. I can't mess around with this virus, man. This is dead serious at my house.
No. Now, Steve, there's a moment I had in my head of you in this vision. So everybody knows Luke, the man who's played with from Toto, and then you did Aretha Franklin, Boz Scaggs, you did all the Michael Jackson, Barbra Streisand, McCartney. I remember seeing you, and I didn't know all this back in the baked potato years. I saw you at this park. It was in the valley. You were with a little kid. And I had my kid, and we both went.
My son.
Yeah, sure. and we both, and my kid must have been like young, like a couple of years old, like 5, 3, and we waved. I go, oh look, there's there's Luke from the Big Potato. And you wait, hey, how's it going, man? And we walked our ways. I go, what a fucking cool cat. He's there with his kid. That's cool, man. He's like, and I just saw this loving man with his child. And that's the thought I kept in my head of you.
Nah, kids are everything, man.
I always had that positive, good thought of you and the beautiful music that you're giving the world out here today. So I appreciate that, man. I want to show you something, Steve.
Very
quick.
kind.
Nah, man, I'm not even trying to be
By
kind
the
of.
way, I have that same picture of the Rat Pack.
Do you really?
Yeah, no, I love that stuff.
But you know what I did?
I collect their stuff, man.
But did you know?
I saw that. I saw that. Right.
This was a record from my first record that got me into rock and roll. This one.
Me too, man. Me too, bud. I wish I still had mine.
I was going to ask you. Now,
man, I mean, it's one of those things that, it's probably worth $1 gazillion now, man, if that's an original.
This is not. This is because I think they did. This was the Apple when they did the Beatles did the Apple. This is not the one I had. But remember when you were a kid, and I want to just bring you back.
Dude, I stared at that thing until, I could tell you how many, buttons on the sleeve,
Right. And when you look,
that was my holy grail right there. You're holding it in your hands.
Right. That I wanted to show this because it's Talking Wax with a vinyl show. And I wanted, man, when you first the needle, you put this on, man. What was running in your mind?
Well, I saw that Sullivan show first.
Okay, you did.
And then I got a guitar and a copy of Meet the Beatles. My dad gave me, or my parents.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I saw George Harrison playing the solo, I saw her standing there. It was the solo that just got me, man. I said, I want to make that sound, whatever it is. I want to be George Harrison, Yeah. And we were later on in life, we were friends, I was able to tell him all this stuff. He played with us at the Jeff Porcaro tribute, and I jammed with him and Bob Dylan and Jeff Lynne and Jim Keltner one night up in the hills, that was fun.
Oh, I'm sure, huh?
Legendary. And, magic moments,
Yeah.
I had a lot of these magic, weird moments in my life, in my career.
Yeah.
My personal life's a mess, but hey, what the fuck?
Nah, you know what? I'm going to tell you, Steve, doing all right, man. Records that mean to you, like you have, Meet the Beatles it is the mother goose for us rock and rollers, you know?
It's where it all started.
It's all what was tell me another one that you'd say after that.
After that, it was all bets. I just follow everything, the Stones, and then of course, got into Cream and Zeppelin and Jeff Beck and all that stuff. And then as it went on, the prog rock stuff started coming, and then I followed it exponentially, like from the first time I could play an E chord to I sort of as things got more difficult, I got better. So I was able to do it. I was able to use my ear and find older guys that would show me stuff. And I was a sponge, I'm
going to show you something. I want to get a reaction from you if you don't mind. Okay. No. Right here. This album right there.
That was great. Santana, Buddy Miles. That was a killer album.
That's right.
I worked with both of them. Yeah. Look at that, man. That's pretty deep, huh?
You could see that it had just the whole package.
I haven't seen that in 45 years or something like that.
Is that cool? What was it like, man, to play with work with those cats, man? Huh? How was that?
It was magic, man. I mean, you walk out on stage with Jeff Beck and Carlos Santana, you go like, what the fuck am I doing?
Right? It's so fucking true. Holding it,
man.
Where was it? Where was it at? Oh wow, that's
1986.
Cool. And here's the inner sleeve of it. Brings back memories when you look at this stuff, huh?
Gosh, wow,
like this,
I hadn't seen that. Wow, man, that's crazy.
That's the reaction I wanted to get, because this is the stuff that as we're getting older, we reminisce in the past too a lot, and you start looking, and when you see these little things, it's like our Hot Wheels, it's our Matchbox when we were a kid. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
This is an import with George, and then you got Ringo on this. What that?
It's perfect.
Great rock and roll stuff, man. It was just music that just
it's my music, man. It's our music.
It's music, and that's why this record that you captured the spirit and soul of all that, man.
Well, I draw from everything I've ever heard from the time I was born to the time now, and I like lots of different kinds of stuff, so that creeps in,
Yeah, you got like
a rock guy or just a jazz guy or just a funk guy. I like, I like everything. It's like it all sneaks in.
Right. Also, for people who are watching who are not familiar, also songwriting, man. The Tubes, Talk to You Later.
Yeah, that was fun.
Great songs on the radio. I mean, it was an era of my life that I remember being a teenager, just running around town. And those are the type of songs you go in your car and you just take off and go, man. You know?
I mean, listen, we showed up with nothing, and an hour later we had that song.
Yeah, yeah. And then also, then you worked with my buddy Derek Sherinian, which your guitar work on that is
Brilliant.
incredible.
Well, thank you, man. I mean, his stuff is real heady, man. It's like, I gotta like, okay, what was that again? let me just do this one thing at a time here because he doesn't write it out. So it's like, okay, I just gotta wing it,
Yeah.
But his music is challenging yet very melodic and he's a virtuoso. And he's also a really sweet cat, man. I really dig him.
He's a really sweet cat. The guy definitely is a sweet guy.
He's been real good to me, man. I'm very honored that he's asked me to work with him.
He's a very serious musician. I was going to ask you, because it's challenging as an artist, because when you go into, you want to be challenged to go to. Do you like the challenge when you're in there?
I mean, I used to a lot more. Now I'm like getting older and like, does it have to be this hard?
Totally. I want to ask you a question. You have a great Miles Davis story, and you got to hang with the guy. Where there's a story where
for a week. We were with him for a week. It was magic, man. I mean, he was working on the his pop record that he was doing, Human Nature, Steve Porcaro's song, and we were working at David Page's house, and he came over with Tommy LaPuma, and the rest is, it's in my book, man. You got to read my book.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours.
Don't give it away. But it's an incredible.
No, but we got to work with Miles. Miles asked me to join his band afterwards. It was really what, I had to say no because we were leaving on the Fahrenheit tour like the next day when he called. Hey, man, this is Miles. You want to come to New York and join my band? I'm like, what? Are you serious?
The voice. Oh my God.
Yeah, and I had to say no. Like, I'm leaving tomorrow to go on tour on the album that we played on with us. I can't do that to my guys. I mean, plus he'd probably fire me the first day anyway. He laughed at that. He thought that was funny.
Oh my God.
And he goes, I go, man, you got these great jazz guys. I mean, John McLaughlin, Mike Stern, the list goes on and on. And some of the legendary guitar players that are playing with him. He goes, yeah, I like that rock and roll shit you do. It's like, oh my God.
That's so surreal.
But hey man, it was like, one of those moments in time you just go, well, I was there. Pretty trippy.
Yeah, no, that's surreal, man. Tell me about your relationship with Eddie Van Halen, man. When you guys, how did you guys meet?
We met at the California World Music Festival in 1978.
Yeah.
And they were headlining. We both had our first albums out, and they were just taking over the world. And I wanted to meet this guy who played like that, I want to watch it. I was watching on the side of the stage. They didn't usually let people on the side of the stage, but he goes, no, he could stay, man. So I sat and watched him, and then he called me up on the phone and said, come over. And we've been brothers ever since. And that was like 40 some odd years ago. Way beyond just guitar guys. I mean, we grew up, our kids know each other, and and I'm happy for Wolf's success, man. That's so great. Ed was so proud of him.
Yeah.
He heard all that stuff, so at least he got to hear it before he left. Just there's a hole in my heart that will it's still haven't processed it yet.
Yeah.
Things you just got. I've lost a lot of friends in the last few years, man. Some of my best.
Yeah.
It hurts, and it's a hurt that never goes away.
Just
learn to live with it.
You know what? You learn to live, and then I guess you got to take those experiences too, and then you be appreciative.
Hey, we'll see. I'm a spiritual guy. We'll see each other again.
Yeah.
I mean, I always feel his spirit, and there's some of his spirit. He's one of the most beautiful human beings I ever knew. I mean, yeah, he was rough around the edges. So am I. Maybe that's why we hit it off. I mean, we're both really soft guys with a big opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we laughed. We just had some of the best times. I have so many incredible memories of incredible stuff. man. I got I got his brother to hang out with.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I love them all. I love all the whole family of Van Halen.
Yeah.
All wonderful people, man, past and present.
Yeah.
And and now especially because we were really close. Yeah, but Mike and Sam, great, love them to death. And
Definitely.
I was just on Sam's show, man. And actually, right. Matter of fact, we were texting with Eddie while I was there.
Oh, wow.
So it was like that's why I knew it was cool to do it. I don't want to ruffle any feathers or hurt anybody's feelings. I'm Switzerland. I don't want to. I have my own band of shit. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to be in a band for 45 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Long high school. So we all come in and we change as humans through the years. I'm in my 60s now. I never thought I'd 45-year career already, and I'm still not done. Who has a 45-year career?
It's fucking incredible.
Musicians don't retire. I mean, you only retire from a job that sucks. You know what I mean? I'm going to do this until I drop. I mean, regardless if I'm playing in a club somewhere, I mean, whatever. I'm still valuable to some people. And we got a new band together that we're going to go out and play with. And we're ready. We got new music. We're going to play the Toto hits. We're going to play the deep cuts. We're going to play solo stuff. Killer new band. It's a new version. It's a new chapter, a new book even.
Yeah. Wonderful. Can you tell who's in the band?
Yeah. Spud from Snarky Puppy plays drums. John Pierce on bass, who I grew up with. My first friend in life was with Huey Lewis for 30 years, studio guy, one of us. And a kid named Steve Majora on second keyboards and sings all the high parts. And then we got Xavier X, Dominic Talpin on keyboards. He was with Prince. He was in the last incarnation, as was Warren Ham, who's a multi-instrumentalist vocalist. And then me and Joe, and we did a live stream, which we're coming out with a DVD because so many people wanted to see it again. And then there's a companion DVD which explains with David Paich involved, because David Paich is still the grand poobah of Toto. We talk every morning almost at 6 a.m. on FaceTime, if you can believe it. We used to go to bed at that time. But my how life has changed.
We became the Jetsons.
Yeah, but Dave can't physically tour because he has some medical issues and he can't change time zones and screw up his body. He's really healthy and grooving in his pad. He just can't tour anymore. But he's still the leader of the band. I just kind of became the mouthpiece because I was touring, and I'm the only guy that's been in the thread for never left.
Yeah.
And I want to keep this music alive, man. I gave my whole life to it. I never left. I didn't take a quarter of a century break and come back,
No.
I stayed. I was there when the times were hard, when we were trying to keep the wheels on the bus, man. I get no credit for that, but it's people change when they get older. I'm not the same person I was when I was 19. I'm not the same person that I was when I was 40. Things change, people change, your values change, your kids grow up and get married and move away to another state, and shit happens, you know what I mean? And you lose, life rips by, man. I've been so busy this last year of retirement, which it turns out it sucks. I hate it. This is what it is,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the one thing about what's going on, even though the world's cuckoo Fran and Ollie out there right now, because it was moving to, it's like
Fran and Ollie. That's an obscure reference. I'm there.
You're talking.
Tooth, I got the one big tooth. I just got to get through it. That's the key. We just got to get through it. You know what I mean? Who could have foreseen what's happening to us right now?
No, it's like a Twilight Zone.
I mean, my baggage has dust on it for the first time in 40 some odd years. It's usually by the front door ready. I got a week or two off in between tours. That's usually the way my life's been for the last 10, 11 years. It's my life. So it's the only life I know. And then when it goes stop, it's shocking.
Yeah, it's shocking.
But you learn to live with it. It's more than monetarily. It's just for your soul. I got all dressed up with nowhere to go.
I mean, Steve, for people who are going to be watching this, right? And what do you do to fix your head, your mindset in life? Like, what are you doing now? And
talking to you.
Oh man, I'll send you. Trust me.
I know. I'm hanging around the house. I got a great girlfriend who cooks, and we have a garden. I just hang out. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to take this rest that I never took for 40 some odd years, 45 years. I'm ready to go back to work.
Yeah.
I do stuff. I mean, I'm hurt, so I can't like go work out at the gym. I got the rotator cuffs and bad knees and back, jumping off pianos drunk when I was 20 years old and shit like that. It all comes back to pay.
It does come.
Those wild years of my youth have come back to haunt me. Kids, watch out. Be careful.
Stretch. Everybody stretch. But Steve, I found the Sun February 26th. It's out now. We love you.
Love you back.
All right. Thank you. Bye. I want to thank Steve Lukather for coming on, talking wax. I want to thank you for joining the time and the stories. Everybody, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified right over there and all that good stuff. We're talking wax. I love you. Now get out of here, you crazy kids. Have a good day.
Talking wax, all right. Wax.
Hey, Jeff, check it out before we get out of here. You know what you got to do? Everybody needs to click. If they click up there for some old Talking Wax episodes, up there, there'll be one down there. And also, if you want to check out the merch store, you go right up there, and then down there, there's something else. There'll be a merch store. You subscribe to the channel. Hey, why not? It's a fun time, isn't it? Win vinyl. Saturday night, hang with some cool cats. You're a winner. Thank you for playing, Jeff. We love you. Everybody else, we'll see you later. Bye.